Alright, got something a little different than usual here for the pre-league start video type stuff. Due to how many gems they've been revealing with these new transfigure gems, there's just so many different build ideas to pursue. I figured I'd kind of just do an update, and I'll probably do another one over the next few days each day of the builds that I've been kind of looking at. I don't really have time to fully flesh out PoBs of like every build I want to play. So I've just kind of been getting like proof of concept type stuff, and thought I'd just share those just bit by bit. The first one that I started, just getting right into it, was a Blade Blast character using the new Blade Blast of Dagger Detonation. When I saw this, obvious first thought is Vulcanus. Used it before with Battle Mage builds. Used it before with a Battle Mage Blade Blast build. And some quick like napkin math told me that the damage should be pretty good. But then when I actually POB'd it, I don't know if I messed something up. I don't think I did. Didn't get super far into the POB. It's pretty bare bones, but the damage just wasn't looking that good. But this was just a Vulcanus Inquisitor, not using Battle Mage because I think it wouldn't add too much in this situation. We're already getting like 6 times the Battle Mage value. But didn't end up shaping up to be much of what I wanted. That being said, I will have this linked, the POB, and if there is ways to make this scale well enough to be worthwhile, it's kind of right in that situation on cast speed, where it's like not too slow, not too fast. There's a chance you could do this with like maybe self cast or I mean kind of totems, I guess. It would just be similar to a shockwave totem or traps or mines. Like there's a lot of different ways that this one could be played if ways are found to get the damage ramped up a bit. That was the first one. Then next we've got a Frostblink trap build with the new Frostblink of Wintry Blast. It gets rid of the cooldown from Frostblink and gives you more damage with hits per chill effect on enemies. So as long as you get a big chill, you'll be getting a lot of damage bonus up to I think it's like 115%, 120% almost at a 40% chill. And the downside is that it's no longer instant cast. It has a really slow cast time of 0.85, which makes it like really good for turning into a trap because traps overwrite the base cast time. And I grabbed a ice trap character and then just replaced the ice trap with frostblink damage to see what it would look like. And then that was on like I think the character was a sab. The damage looked good enough that it was worth pursuing, so I put together a pretty quick elementalist version so that we could actually get easy chills. And this one's pretty interesting. There's a lot of issues with it where like I don't even know if you could sustain the cost of throwing the traps at the speed you're going to throw them. The defense isn't great yet, but again, these aren't like completely finished out, but the damage is high. This is showing an average hit of 3 million. The trap throw time is really fast, but that's because we have to kind of cheat some numbers. The speed that you're actually throwing traps is about 5 a second. But to account for additional triggers and chance to throw extra traps, the best way to fudge it into PoB is to just add more trap throw speeds. It's your effective DPS. Okay, and this 152 is the new Frostblink, assuming a 40% chill. But so at 3 million average hit, and you're talking about throwing or triggering potentially just shy of 7 traps a second, it's about 20 million DPS already. And it may be possible, it would be hard to aim, maybe, don't know, would have to test. You might get 2 hits per trap because Frostblink can hit twice. If you can get your trap lined up in the correct spot where it hits with just the edge, it'll blink towards the enemy and then hits with the other edge. You could hit twice and it could be like 40 million. And this is like not a ton of like insane gear or anything. It's pretty modest gear. But again, the defense is pretty bad and the sustain is pretty bricked at the moment, so we'd have to solve that. But as a concept, this one would definitely work. I don't know how well it would go for hardcore. But what's cool about it is the way we're getting the chill is we're doing a reverse chill setup with Winterweave and Elementalist. So basically, Elementalist has the guaranteed minimum chill. We have a Forbidden Right, which hits ourself. That then gets reversed on us. So we get sped up instead of slowed down. But also, I'm putting LE Prolif on this, so I should proliferate said chill to enemies constantly. So as I'm hitting them with Frost Blinks, as long as I'm close enough to proliferate, they'll just stay chilled, and it won't just consume the chill. And then at the same time, it's giving us a lot of speed because the action speed from the reverse chill does actually scale your trap throwing speed, which is really cool. And then like Call the Void gives you a lot of defense. You can use Bronze Lith because the main skill is a movement gem, so you just get a +5 chest with 100% increased damage and a bunch of evasion. We've got Eye of Malice. I think we had enemies at like negative 99 res right now total with the helmet. It's a pretty cool setup. Um, Depending on how the rest of the builds that I plan out beforehand go, we might check it out. But you can see it is labeled Blink Trap Bait at the moment because I think there's a little bit too many issues, at least, to want to roll it in hardcore. And then finally, one more build that I've very much just started, and it's one I was super interested in when I saw it. The Bladefall of Impaling. It was kind of shown over the last league or last two leagues that you can actually do pretty good damage with Bladefall on its own, similar to how you can with Reap by comboing it with Awakened Spell Cascade. And this one's just one that's kind of made more for doing damage on its own. Same with the other Bladefall. This could work with both of them, but we wanted to check the Impale one because it's interesting. Basically, you get crit chance to get Impale chance, but you don't use crit multi. My current setup, I had 100% crit chance, which would be 100% Impale chance, but I ditched it so I could run this amulet for free Pride because Pride was just giving too much damage. I'm still working on this one actively, but initial impressions, it is a champion with 4th Vow and pretty good defense, like 100k armor. You can get cap suppression, get a source of leech because it's going low life due to other things. So we have Wrathpith on, which gives you a lot of spell damage and crit chance for max life. And then I was going to try to use this new Wildwood tree. Not quite as exciting as I thought it could be for this exact setup because I felt like this setup plays into it really nicely. It's still, it helps. We have like 8k life. We could probably get this up to close to 9k, but we're reserving half of it. But we have Petrified Blood. So that helps with that. And then because you go Petrified Blood, if you get some Leech, you can essentially have like Slayer Leech to help sustain the sacrifice damage from the Wrathpith. So that's going to be a pretty hefty amount. It might become a problem. But yeah, defense is good. Damage is okay. It has some decent items in here actually, so we'd like the damage to be a bit higher. Might be able to get it there, but at the same time, it might just end up too lacking on damage, even though it would be very tanky to really want to play it. But work in progress, nonetheless. And yeah, those are the 3 builds thus far that I've worked on. I'm gonna go on work on some more today. I think I'm gonna check out Penance Brand. I have some ideas of how to check that really quickly to see if it's even gonna have a chance of being something that would be worth pursuing as a main skill. And then additionally, we have things like I might look into a Blade Blast of Unloading, the Blade Vortex one. I have some ideas for this that it might actually work out really well. Possibly might look into Cremation of the Volcano, although after double checking and looking at the Firestorm of Pelting again, Firestorm's kind of just a better version of this, I think. Like, cremation's easier to get to your max of 6 geysers, but the geysers I don't think do as much damage, and you can only get 6, whereas Firestorm hits harder, and you can get more of them out, so I think the potential on the Firestorm's probably higher. But that one could be interesting, as well as maybe Frost or Ice Nova, the Frostbolt Ice Nova one are the things I'm kind of looking at going on next. And yeah, so I'll probably have another one of these tomorrow with like 2 or 3 or 4 more POBs that are partially planned out that could be used as baselines for people's builds or just kind of inspiring interest in something. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See ya.